Hello, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you very much for the invitation and for the organizing of this conference. I would like to give you a short insight about the approach of the Vienna Belvedere to a scenario which can take place in war as well as in peace times. In 2018, we've started to think about how to protect our artwork during a longer power shortage. And we've started to do some technical and organizational restructure. First of all, let me give you just a short introduction about the Belvedere. The building was built in 1723. So, which means we have this year our 300 years anniversary, and we are working with a very historical building structure. It is in use as a museum since 1781, and the gallery, the Austrian Gallery Belvedere, was first found under different names in 1903. After 1955, the museum reopened after heavy war damage. Our collection goes from the late Middle Ages, around 1300, to contemporary Austrian art today. Especially, we're very famous for our Gustav Klimt collection. As it is said in our marketing, come for a kiss, visit us for Gustav Klimt's kiss. The Belvedere has around 300 employees today and 1.7 million visitors. These are not the latest numbers. Actually, we are this year heading for 1.3 million visitors only at the Upper Belvedere, which would mean a new all-time high. And we are very thankful after the pandemic that visitors are coming back to us. It also means we have a very strong touristic part of visitors. It's around 80% of our visitors are international tourists. We host approximately 15 special exhibitions per year in 3 locations. That's the Upper Belvedere, Lower Belvedere, and the Belvedere 21. They are all located in about 1 kilometer distance, so you can walk from one to the other. And our collection is about 22,000 artworks, which is deposited also at the Upper Belvedere, but also at external depots. So, into the scenario, what have we thought about when power shortage occurs? Of course, we have emergency power generators. The picture you see here is our more historic at the Upper Belvedere. They start automated. We also have one at the Lower Belvedere, and we're aiming to get one at the Belvedere 21 next year. We are secured by a 24/7 security center at each house, each location. They immediately recognize the power shortage, and we have an external alarming tool which they can manually activate. So every employee gets an alarm onto his mobile phone, so he's informed that we have a power shortage and maybe closing down. Emergency power generators are not for keeping visitor business up. So we have to close down in such cases, and we're aiming to get visitors out of the buildings within 30 minutes and close the buildings. This is a situation we're actually facing around twice a year in one of our facilities for short local power shortages. But we have thought about since 2021, 2022 in Austria, it was very common to think about blackouts. So we also made our thoughts about that. First of all, we decided to get our emergency power up to 72 hours. So we want to preserve the buildings for at least 72 hours. And we have looked on first of all, the systems that are connected to the emergency power supplies are listed here. You may ask why elevators or pumps and heating systems. Elevators, because we use them for evacuation of artworks. I will come to that just in a minute. And pumps and heating systems, because it's quite a big risk for all the water pumping systems inside the houses when they lose energy and maybe give the water free float. So first of all, you have to ask yourself, is it just a regional shortage, or is it maybe what is called a blackout? We have learned that we don't think that anyone will tell us it is a blackout, and especially no one will tell us in the time we need to know that. So we for ourselves decided when we realized that the power shortage is over-regional, and you can realize that by maybe seeing some social media postings from the other side of Austria, I have no power too, then you can realize that this may be a blackout. Blackout for us also means that it will take more time. So we will start our emergency plan from this perspective, automated. And most important is the immediate communication, because we believe that you only have 1 or 2 hours to communicate with your employees, to communicate via mobile phones or else. So you need to get immediate information out to the whole of your department. We also start the evacuation of artwork on an automated basis. So if communication is not able anymore, we have decided that key staff is informed that on day 1 after the power shortage, we come together at a certain time and start evacuating. So how do we do that? We have an evacuation system implemented in all 3 of our locations. You can see on the pictures here classical fire safety plans for fire brigade, and the green in the green one we have special evacuation cards for each artwork that is on display in our houses. This system is run by my highly appreciated colleague Andreas Obernostra-Ruprecht, who is keeping this up to date on a weekly basis. And you can see on these cards how to get to the artwork, how to dispatch it, and how many people are needed, and which tools are needed, and what ways do you find out of the building from this location, and even an alternative way. I have to add that information shown on this example is not true, so you don't need to visit us with this card and try to detach this artwork. We also have emergency containers located on several places in the museum, which are filled with several tools. Not all are on the pictures, but it's some things are about personal safety and security. Some things are about securing the artwork or detaching it from wall mounts, etc. So what do we do with the artwork? In the upper Belvedere, we have a depot. It's actually a bunker facility out of World War II. And we had the possibility to clean out a quarter of the storage space down there. So we're keeping this quarter for evacuations from the museum down into the bottom space for crisis scenarios. And we also use the ICOM priority signage so that our staff and also staff from uniformed forces can always see which artwork may be evacuated first or later. At the lower Belvedere, I may add, we had a big rebuilding going on from 2019 to 2022. And in this time, we were able to set up the emergency generator there and also define 2 rooms inside the exhibition hall, which are specially secured and in which also the climatization of the rooms is kept by the emergency generators. So there we aim to bring all artwork into these 2 rooms to secure them there. What were our key findings during this process? Expect the unexpected. Even as a museum, you have to think out of the box. Technical preparations are important, but the organizational determinations even more. There's always, you can always put up emergency generators and things like that, but if it's not clear who will refuel them and when and how, it's a problem. To this aspect, we are aiming to get a possibility to install a gas station on our parks with the garden authority. They're using vehicles and things like that and have a small gas station with 1,000 liters. And we would like to rebuild this up to 6,000 liters so that they can use it all year long. So the fuel also gets taken all year long and gets refueled by the garden authority. And in case of a crisis, we can use it for our emergency generators. Unfortunately, this aspect is a bit stuck in Austrian bureaucracy for a few months now. We also found that you should not rely on external help. During the process, or at least in 2021, we couldn't get really exact signals from uniformed forces in Austria, fire brigade, police, military forces on how and if they can help us or come and help us in case of such crisis. We are not part of critical infrastructure, so we've learned that we are not in focus in case of such a crisis, and we are on our own to a certain point. And the most important of all is your staff. Your staff needs to know how to deal with these issues and when to start these emergency plans. This is also one of the main issues we are still working with, because actually training of the staff never ends. All your plans can be as best as you think they are. If no one knows how and when to execute it, it won't work, and especially in a scenario where maybe communication not be available anymore. So I think I've made some time good, and thank you very much.